19. Jones gets it out. Barkley got hit, fumbled right in the air, and it flies into the hands for a touchdown of DaRon Bland.
One of the big goals this offseason was to get Saquon Barkley involved more in the passing game. Here they do. Unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys have so many big play guys on defense. Trayvon Diggs with the huge hit. And then the guy unexpectedly was a star a season ago, DaRon Bland, ended up with 5 interceptions, picks it out of midair. Right? You get 1 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down after tonight's game, and that's all it is.
Right, well, again, and the Cowboys playing to the very last snap. DaRon Bland with that.
This place is rocking, loudest they've been. You're on the road, down 2 scores late in the game, Zach.
Goes underneath. Conklin, they give it to him.
4-man rush. Jones, lofting one. That was almost intercepted by DaRon Bland, and if he got it, he was going in for 6.
And DaRon Bland, they moved him from nickel corner outside to replace Trayvon Diggs after he went down, and I think Mac Jones has him early here. Parker had a step on Bland, and Bill Belichick's staple in these middle 4 minutes around halftime.
2nd down, a lot of time. Jones just can't find it. Comes back across the field. This time he pays the price. DaRon Bland, pick 6.
I think Mac Jones needs to get out of the pocket. They have Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to double. That's Micah Parsons at the top of the screen. He's blocked. He has good protection here. But the second he exits the pocket, right there, that ball needs to be thrown over the heads of the Dallas Cowboys bench. That ball cannot be thrown back to the wide side. You're going to defend more passing situations, and that's what they're built for.
Blitz coming, 4th down. They got to have it. Coming near side. It's another interception. It's picked off by Bland again.
Second and 15. Purdy throwing in the middle to Ronnie Bell. It's incomplete. And broken up by DaRon Bland, who Chris just mentioned. And Bland has been hot. He's had 3 interceptions already.
Herbert keeps. Throws, and it's broken up. Play made by Bland. And it makes it 3rd and 11. This one in the air and incomplete. Bland made the play. An incompletion and now a punt.
And as bad as that possession was, the fact they're punting is a good thing, because you even go back to the missed double move throw when it first went up. Yeah.
Stafford coming the other way for Cobb, and he's tackled right away. Great play by DaRon Bland. Cowboys bring pressure. Stafford sees it, fires one, intercepted. It's another pick 6. DaRon Bland has his 3rd of the year.
Have been pretty remarkable. Just a little option route by Cooper Kupp. I'm not sure if there's confusion or if he just throws that ball, but he's not under pressure. He throws that ball about 5 yards inside of Cooper Kupp, and that's about as easy.
Here's a play fake. Stafford with time, zips it over the middle, and Nakua had it, couldn't hang on, then it gets decked. On the fake, a lot of time. Hurts loading up, going deep, looking for Brown, triple coverage, and it's incomplete. They try Barkley again. He's in deep trouble, and he just barely gets out. Remember, you have to get the whole ball across the goal line. And there's a lot that's going wrong. DeVito going deep. He's got a man. Hyatt is open, but then the seam closes and it's intercepted. Guess who? DaRon Bland again. He's got his 5th of the year.
On Diggs weeks ago to that ACL injury in practice, there was a lot of concern. Who was going to be the ball hawk? Who was going to be the defensive back that would replace the production? And boy, has DaRon Bland become that guy. They moved him from nickel corner to replace Diggs outside, and all he does is make plays on the ball.
Here's Bryce Young. He's got time here, and he throws, and it's intercepted. It's DaRon Bland again. Bland looking for another pick six, and he's got it. It's his 4th of the year.
It makes you speechless. I mean, this is a ridiculous play. I mean, he's on the top side of the receiver, not only to undercut it and make the catch, but then to regain his footing and take it the other way. Listen, KB, some guys just have a knack for getting the ball. They have a knack for... Trayvon Diggs was that guy here in Dallas for a long...
2nd and 10.
There it is. This is history. If Bland can take it the distance, this will be the record. Bland for the 5th time has a pick six. It's never happened in the history of the NFL.
And what a call by you. You got me with goosebumps, Nance. That was unbelievable.
Look at him here. Break the record that he shared with 2 others coming into the day.
But look at this. This is the instincts right here. Almost everybody else would be tackled. I mean, that's like a running back or a high-level Christian McCaffrey run after catch. He breaks on the ball. He's got great vision and instincts. In zone, he's as good as I've seen this year.
Crowd in full voice here. Smith to the outside, and that is picked off. And it's Bland. So all night long, going at him, burning him. And now he gets to celebrate.
Now it's 1-1.
Going quick, going to Goddard on the edge. Open field tackle by DaRon Bland.
Murray taken down right before the line of scrimmage. Nicely played by Evans, who just came on for Clark.
Dan Campbell's thinking 4-down territory. Thought he might come underneath center and go play action.
He hands to Gibbs. It's going to be 4th down. The dueling crowd right now. A lot of Cowboys fans here today. 3rd and 11. It's Howell. Set up a screen. And he's got some room as well. It's Crowder. And he's upended short of the 1st down. Boy, I thought he had more room there. And the Cowboys closed that hole. And not a lot of guys would just be patient. I mean, he didn't catch many balls the first 6 weeks of the season. Change now. Here's McLaurin, who's always catching balls no matter who the quarterback is. And not much there. On 1st down. Howell some pressure. Lets it go. McLaurin is deep. It's underthrown. It's intercepted. DaRon Bland has another. His league-leading 9th of the year. DaRon Bland. Another interception for him.